Welcome to the video introduction to my Teaching Adult Learners portfolio. So, why did I create this? I wanted to have an authentic artifact that I could share with others that shows not just my own progress in understanding the whole of this immense subject area, but also as a roadmap to guide my own future study. The more I learn, the more I recognize just how much I don't know, and I find that empowering. So that was the impetus for creating this. What this represents to me is a tool for reflection that shows me just how far I have come. I've put a great deal of effort and energy into researching in this field, and sometimes it just feels like I'm treading water, but this portfolio represents how much time and cognition and affective energy has gone into this. As well, it represents several directions that I may go in the future, and I'll get into that in a moment. My current goals are to continue researching, perhaps to get an article published. Not sure if it would be a quantitative study into best practices for strategy or methodology, or if it would be more of a qualitative, perhaps a case study. And my future goals, which I alluded to in what this represents, are that I would like to write a book for the general public that takes this whole huge, complicated idea of the adult learner and makes it actionable, makes it understandable, relatable, and relevant to their everyday lives. I feel this is a very essential subject that doesn't get the respect it's due, partly because we're all so busy that the only time we as adults really focus on education is either when our kids are in trouble, when there's budget cuts, or when we have a problem in our own lives. As one researcher beautifully put it, we have a dilemma that is unsolvable by all the paradigms and the tools we already have in our life's toolkit. So I would love to write that book. Now a bit about me. I am originally from Iowa, Sioux City, Iowa. I feel this is an important thing to share because it keeps me grounded. One thing about us Iowa folk is we understand the concept of hard work and that effort truly is an essential part of success. So I recognize that anything worth gaining, earning, attaining has to come through effort. And I'm willing to do that. And I think that says a lot about me, and it also should inform my students as to why I expect so much of them. It's like the old story about the fisherman. If I don't go, I don't get. Well, that was pretty much the mantra when I was growing up. If you don't do the work, you just won't ever get it. And to me, the work is exciting and interesting and delicious and all-encompassing. Now, as well, I've had the amazing opportunity to live all over the world, and I feel this has given me a sense of empathy for others, be it from a different culture, a different socioeconomic strata. I seem to have a talent for being able to communicate with people whose experiences are very different than mine, and I'm quite proud of that. And I truly believe that comes from having the experiences of living all over the world and being the outsider many times. So I've had to learn through trial and error how I can communicate with people who don't see, think, understand, feel the same way I do about things. My education, I have a BFA from New York University, an MAT in teaching credential from Pepperdine University, and an EDD in educational technology from Pepperdine as well. I am married. We have a tween boy and a toddler boy, which is why this picture is blurry, because there is never a single moment where the both of them are standing still. And this has been one of my life's lessons that I'm still working on. We cannot control everything. We have to make goals and be flexible along the way and look for opportunities that maybe we hadn't planned on. And there is no such thing as a final roadblock. There are just bumps along the way, and if we look at them properly, those bumps along the way can be actually a way to find something new better, more interesting, and more exciting than what we thought we were heading into. So we go from my world to our world. I love this image. It comes from a social media website, and to me this represents not just the world we live in right now, but the evolution of human communication and human learning. Everything is interconnected. The conversation, the communication, it is never in a vacuum. Everything is somehow connected to or related to everything else. I don't believe there's any such thing as a truly original idea. I believe on a quantum level, ideas are energy, and when they're floating around, it's whoever is the most prepared and the most open, that's who gets to see it and take it to another level. So looking at how events relate to blog communities, relate to comments, relate to social bookmarks, relate to social networks, I find this whole area absolutely enthralling and delicious. And to me, this is where we need to take education. It cannot be this inside a classroom, exclusionary from the real world. John Dewey in the 1930s was talking about that school is not an escape or a rest stop from life. School is life. And this disconnect between real life experience and authentic learning and what goes on in most classrooms is disheartening, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure that that does not continue. So thank you for your time. I hope that you learn a lot from going through my portfolio. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is throughout the website, the portfolio, excuse me, and thank you again.